Hey guys and girls, what's going on? Josh back here with another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing my plasma cutter. It's a HG400 by SIP. It's an inverter, and I've had it a year and people have asked, what do you think of it? Is it a good plasma cutter? And yeah, I think I'm going to try and review it. See what you guys think. So I've got a few pointers over here that I'm going to be looking at, so if you see me looking over here, that's why I brought them all down. So let's start with the positives. It's budget friendly, or you know, less money than plasma cutters, because they can go for thousands, whereas this one's under £1,000, so it's a budget friendly. So if you're like me and you're in your back garden and you have tools and you haven't got a lot of money, good option. It's single phase. You're going to hear me say a lot of these in the positives and in the negatives, because it's single phase but it's 16 amp. So it's not something you can just plug into your wall, a standard 3-pin plug, because you'll trip it out and trip it out and trip it out. Trust me, I've tried it. But yeah, it's a single phase plasma cutter, so it's not 3-phase, so you can run it at home. It's easier and cheaper to run than a grinder, which is true. I found that with my plasma cutter, the consumables over time cost less than actual cutting discs, and you can do a lot more with a plasma cutter than you can with a grinder, in my opinion. So yeah, it is easier and cheaper to run than just your handheld grinder, in my opinion. You can cut in tight spaces, so this is something a grinder can't do. Say for example you're cutting I-beam or something like that, where your grinder, you're coming down to a disc, or you haven't got a fresh disc, or you haven't got a 9-inch grinder, and you're trying to cut inside, and you can. Whereas a plasma cutter, you've got your torch, you can angle it, you can cut straight, and you can really get into tight places with a plasma cutter, whereas you can't with a grinder. It's a quick, clean cut. So, say for example you're cutting 6-8mm with a cutting disc. It's not going to be quick, it's going to take a while, and well, in a lot of places time is money, isn't it? So you can't cut this with a grinder that quickly, whereas with a plasma cutter, you set your amperage, put it down, done. Just a quick, clean cut. It's an easy cut to clean. So what I mean by this is, with an angle grinder you've got burrs which you can just easily file off or whatnot. With a plasma cutter set right, you get a little bit of dross. So basically what you'll do is you get your cold cut chisel or a chisel you've forged or whatever, and you'll see it on my videos. I'll just bang this slag away, and it's really easy to clean up. Then it's just a quick grinder, quick zip, you're all sorted. A quick change of consumables. So what I mean by this is you've got your outer cone, your ceramic shield, and then you've got your cutting tape and all these different bits in the plasma cutter torch. You can easily just take them out, redo, put them in, and you're sorted, you're back to working again. Whereas with a angle grinder, I know a lot of people don't do it like me, and they're probably best not to do it like me, and I know a lot of people do it like me, but I wouldn't advise it. So you put your lock on there, you just twist your disc until it's tight, and then you're good to go. But I know a lot of people use the keys, I used to myself, and really tighten it on there. So you'd have to untighten it, put a new disc on, get a new disc, do this, do that, and then you're back working. Whereas with the plasma cutter, I find it quicker. It's a power horse, you can continue cutting. So with a plasma cutter you can just cut and cut and cut. It's got a really good run time. I have never bogged it down, I have never had that light come on where it's like I'm hot, let me cool down. You know, you can just continue cutting. Whereas with an angle grinder, like I said, you're going to run down the disc, you're going to keep running down the disc, and you have to keep changing. Whereas with a plasma cutter, there's no changing. You can just continue going 15-20 feet, whatever you want, and you can just continue cutting. Cutting shapes with a grinder, with a plasma cutter, that you can't with a grinder. So you'll see in a few of my videos where I'm doing a pentagram, or if I'm doing a planchette or something like that, for example, whereas inside they're really small stars or letters, and you can't do that with an angle grinder, not happening. Whereas with a plasma cutter, you can just pierce straight through, you can cut out all these different shapes, and you can do that with a plasma cutter, whereas you can't do that with a grinder. So another one is a long torch, whereas with a grinder you might have a long lead. I know some of them do. but this has got a 4 meter torch, and you can cut up to 4 meters, so it's really good. I can put the grinder down there, the plasma cutter down there, and cut all the way up there where I do, so it really works. Another one is it's fun as hell. So when you got an angle grinder, they get heavy after a while. No matter how strong you are, they start to hurt your hand, and they just, yeah, it just gets really heavy. Whereas with a plasma torch, it really doesn't. They don't weigh that much, even with a wire over you, and it's just fun as hell. Basically, all them sparks, I love sparks, seeing them pierce, and it's just amazing to watch. So yeah, that's the positives. Now let's look at some negatives. So, like I said, you're going to see me say some of these positives as negatives. I know a lot of the positives are going to be negatives, but just bear with me, I'll explain why. So the first one is it's 16 amp. Like I said, it is single phase, so you can run it at home, but you need to get 16 amp run into your workshop, shed, whatever. You need all this run so you can use the plasma cutter properly. It's not cheap, but you need it. Yeah, again, it's 16 amp, it's not 13 amp that you can just plug it into a wall. Consumable prices. So I know I said it's cheaper to run than a grinder, and it is, but the start off consumable prices, if you're looking for somewhere on a welding supply, for 2 of your cutting bits, it's going to be £10. Luckily you can find them cheaper because it's just a standard Panasonic torch, but to start off with, the consumables aren't going to be cheap, but you'll see over the run while you use it, it is going to be a lot cheaper to run the plasma cutter than a grinder, but the start off prices are a little steep. Cheaper parts. So compared to a normal plasma cutter, whereas the parts aren't cheap, you'll see on my welder I've got a proper earth clamp, whereas with this one it's not particularly great. I stated this when I first got it, I thought it was a bit cheap, and I thought the torch was a bit cheap, but I'll be honest with you, it's not once let me down. The parts are fine, it clamps well, it earths well, and I've just not had a problem with it, to be completely honest with you. So I guess that's a bit of a positive as well as a negative. The regulator. So I'll be completely honest with you, I've had to change my regulator on it. I got in touch with SIP and they sent me out a new one, but the regulator started leaking and piercing. I don't know if that's my fault, I don't know if that's the machine, but I was just having problems and it was just leaking, it was just peeing air, so I don't know. But the regulator, like I said, I've had to change it. Compressed air and tank size. So I know a lot of you in your backyards or whatever, you've got a small air compressor, and it's not great, and I'm sorry to say, but you're not going to be able to run this plasma cutter on your small compressor. I've got a 100 litre air compressor, and it's always on, it's always running while I'm using the plasma cutter, so I'd say 100 litre minimum. I'd prefer to have something bigger, but minimum 100 litres. The severance cut and the cut capacity, it said you can cut 10mm on just a clean cut and 12mm severance. So I'll be honest with you, the plasma cutter in my opinion struggles cutting 8mm. Is it a turn off? No, but when I want to cut 8mm, it's a pain. It does do it, but it's not clean. Like they said, it's a clean cut at 10mm. That's a whole load of baloney in my opinion, but there's people out there who are better with a plasma torch than me and probably can clean cut at 10mm. I'm probably just not one of them, but I don't think it does cut 10mm, I'll be completely honest with you. It's drossy, it's not clean, I'll be completely honest. And the severance cut at 12mm, it can't pierce. You just run up and bubble up the tip, and you just bubble up the work, and your sparks fly in your face, and it just doesn't do it, to be completely honest with you. So I think SIP lied there a bit. Yeah, in comparison, I think you get your bang for your buck. I think it's a good plasma cutter, it does me well, and honestly I can't argue at it. There's always going to be faults with the machine, but I like it, and yeah, I'd recommend it. So I hope you've all enjoyed this video on this tool review, my first tool review. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to rate, comment, share and subscribe. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat and Twitter. Them links will be in the description below. Previous and next video in the description below. playlists, they're in the description below. There's knife making, woodworking, metal working, welding, all that is in the description below. I'm sure you'll find something you enjoy. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.